What would you do if your best friend, the one you've laughed with, cried with, and trusted for years, was secretly betraying someone you care about? What if she not only betrayed him but also laughed in your face about it, asking you to help her cover it up? Would you stay loyal to her, or would you risk shattering everything by telling the truth? For one young woman, this impossible dilemma became her reality. She had been best friends with this girl for 3 years. They'd been inseparable late-night talks, inside jokes, secrets whispered over coffee. She thought she knew her inside out, but nothing prepared her for the night that would turn their friendship into a minefield of lies, betrayal, and moral conflict. Her best friend was only 18, just moved in with her boyfriend. From the outside, it seemed like a dream. 6 months of living together, figuring out life as a young couple. He wasn't some stranger either, he was one of her own boyfriend's best friends. A genuinely good guy. He had a rough past. His dad walked out when he was just a toddler, leaving him to grow up with his mom. Things weren't easy between them either before moving in with his girlfriend. He'd had a huge fight with his mom that ended with him being thrown out of the house. For over a month, his own mother cut him off completely, but through all this he was still standing, still working, still trying, and he was giving everything he had to this relationship. He worked 2 jobs just to provide for her because she decided she didn't want to work anymore. She had tried a job for 2 months but quit, saying it wasn't for her. And instead of complaining, he carried the weight of both their lives. Food, bills, gifts, comfort, he provided it all. She saw him carry her to bed when she was tired, cook meals when she didn't feel like it, shower her with affection. On the surface, it looked like a fairy tale. But behind closed doors, cracks were forming. A week ago, her best friend confessed something that sent a chill down her spine. She wasn't attracted to him anymore. She said she was planning to break up with him but didn't want to tell him just yet. Hearing this was already a gut punch. She urged her friend not to make hasty decisions, to give the relationship time. Every couple has rough patches, right? Maybe they could work through it. For a moment, her friend nodded, agreeing to wait, but that promise shattered in less than a week. One night, she invited her best friend to a club. Most of their other friends were single and there to hook up, so she thought sticking together would be safest. She trusted her. She thought they'd dance, laugh, and just have a fun night out. But when temptation appeared, her friend didn't hesitate. A man approached them 6 years older, tall, and exactly her type. He lingered around, clearly interested. The music was deafening, the air heavy with sweat and smoke. Then her friend leaned close and said she needed some fresh air. The narrator assumed she was going to politely tell the man she had a boyfriend. But 5 minutes passed, then 10. Her calls went unanswered. Something in her gut twisted. She stepped outside and froze. There, in plain sight, was her best friend, sitting on the stranger's lap, laughing, kissing him like she'd known him forever. Her hand rested boldly between his legs. No shame, no hesitation. It wasn't a mistake. It wasn't a moment of weakness. It was deliberate. Her heart sank. She didn't just feel anger, she felt betrayal, disgust, confusion. Was this the same girl who cried to her about her boyfriend's struggles? The same girl whose boyfriend worked 2 jobs, gave everything, and trusted her completely? She didn't confront her right there. She walked back inside the club, her chest pounding, and waited. When her friend finally returned, she wasn't guilty. She wasn't apologetic. She was laughing. She laughed about what just happened. She called it fun. And then, like twisting the knife even deeper, she admitted she planned on seeing the older man again soon. As if that wasn't enough, she asked her best friend to cover for her, to lie, to keep her secret. That moment was like being hit by a freight train. Now, she stood at the crossroads of loyalty and morality. On one side was her best friend, the girl she'd known for years. On the other side was a good man who had done nothing but love and provide. He didn't deserve this. And the worst part, he trusted her to. Her friend hadn't technically wronged her directly, but watching her behave this way made her sick. It shattered the respect she had for her. Maybe her friend was young, confused, or selfish. Maybe she felt trapped in the relationship, but none of that excused kissing another man behind her boyfriend's back and then laughing about it. The weight of the secret crushed her. If she stayed silent, wasn't she just as guilty? Wasn't she betraying the boyfriend too, by letting him live in ignorance? Every time she saw him, working himself to exhaustion, treating her friend like a queen, she felt like a liar by omission. But if she told him the truth, She'd lose her best friend forever and, maybe even shake her own relationship, given how interconnected their circles were. Was silence complicity? Was loyalty to a friend more important than loyalty to her own morals? The more she thought about it, the more the question burned. Was her friend's betrayal her burden to carry? Or was it her responsibility to expose the truth, no matter the cost? Every time she replayed the scene in her mind, the laughter, the kiss, the shameless request to cover it up, her chest tightened. She wanted to scream. She wanted to protect the boyfriend, to shake him awake before he wasted more of his love on someone who didn't deserve it. But she also thought of her friend's face, of all the memories they shared. Could she really be the one to break her world apart? No easy path stretched ahead. Whichever choice she made, something would shatter. And so she's left asking herself, and everyone who's ever been caught between loyalty and justice, what do you do when the truth could destroy everything? Do you bury it deep, or do you set it free? What would you do if you were in her shoes? Would you protect your best friend's secret, even though it meant betraying someone else? Or would you risk the friendship, knowing the person being lied to deserves to know? Stories like this remind us that betrayal doesn't just wound the people directly involved, it drags in everyone around it, forcing them into impossible choices. If this story struck you, share your thoughts below. Your words might help someone else facing the same impossible crossroads. And if you want more real stories about the tangled webs of trust, betrayal, and human connection, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Because sometimes, the hardest choices teach us the deepest lessons.